Sadique, brother, welcome to In The Naad.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Taylor.
I believe that my listeners may be familiar with you as Natural LightBeing because I repost a ton of your stuff. I just love your content.
Thank you. And I love your content as well. We definitely resonate on the same topics in spirituality.
Having you on this show today is a huge gift for me because I'm a follower, I'm a fan. I've kind of been stalking you a little bit. So
Yeah.
this is a big get for me.
I feel the same way because I feel like I didn't even realize it until now that I had somebody as amazing as you that wanted to work with me. And I'm just I'm just grateful. I'm
Thank
very
you.
thankful
I'm really honored.
you reached out to me.
So I'd like to start off with your story because it's not clear from your website the journey. And
Yes.
if we could touch a little bit on your experience and where that transformation originated.
All right. So this all started for me one day when I had a very bad accident. I had a near death experience where I actually died. I felt like I died, and now to come to think about it, I know I did. I died, and I woke up in the hospital. But before all of that, I actually watched myself like go into the earth, and I watched myself go into darkness, and I thought my life was completely over when the accident happened. Like I thought that was it for me, and I got this overwhelming feeling of like my family was missing me, and it made me miss them. And with that energetic feeling that I had, I manifested myself back into my physical body. I watched myself come back into a ball of light, and I was back here on earth, but in the hospital. I woke up like 10 hours later in the hospital. I seen a nurse walking by in the hallway, and I got up and I went towards her and I asked her, Miss, where am I at? She said, you're in the hospital. You've been here for 10 hours. And I was kind of shocked because I didn't know where I was at. Like I said, I just watched myself die. So now I'm coming back like I'm alive still. So it blew my mind. So my cousin picked me up. I was so happy to see her because I haven't seen her in a while. I actually ran out that hospital and got out of there because I don't really do like hospitals. So I left, and then from that point on, my life changed. I started realizing that if I was able to die and come back, we're not regular people. We're not regular humans. We're not our bodies. That's what I learned. We're not our bodies. We are a spirit with a body. So from that point on, it led me on a journey of self discovery and actually studying and learning about spirituality to find that there's plenty of other people out there that experience NDEs similar to mine. And when I started studying their stories, I realized how much it resonated with my story, which made me realize this is a real occurrence. This is not just a figment of my imagination. I'm just not just thinking that this happened. It did occur. I mean, I was in the hospital for 10 hours, so something really did happen to me. But to be alive, it was just so magnificent that I had to change the way I thought, the way I feel, and the way I operated, because then I realized that I needed to treat the earth better. Like when I had my NDE, I had my life review. The whole
Right.
I had Yeah, I saw all of the people that I hurt, if it makes sense.
Of
And not
course.
like a really bad way or a negative way, but like say my mom. Whatever I did when I was younger that hurt her, I felt her pain.
Yep.
And it didn't feel right to me to know that I made the people that I love feel pain. So I made a promise to myself to change. I went on a journey of self discovery. My higher self was telling me to stop eating meat, stop eating certain food, and start meditating. And it just kept coming to me to stop doing certain things, and I just changed what I could, not all at once, but I stopped a lot of the things that I used to do, and then I realized that it made me more aware. I was able to receive more downloads, and I was able to actually transmute energy and get insights and visions into the future. I was actually starting to see into the future, and um, like my future. I see my future lit up in gold. I see myself growing hair, locks. And then I learned that locks are called sacred locks, and that people in Africa it's a spiritual path for them, a spiritual journey that they take where young men grow their hair. And for 5 years, they'll go on this spiritual journey where they discover who they are and become a better version of themselves. So that's what I did. I actually went on this path to discover more of me, because during this whole time, I realized that we're in a matrix, that this world that we live in, the whole NDE showed me that this world is a matrix. And none of this is real. It's all a simulation. It's a hologram, and we're holograms ourselves, but not in a negative way. Because when I started realizing this, it kind of like freaked me out. I'll be completely honest. For me to not be spiritual and to just, it's like the world of information just got downloaded into my head, and it was like, it was kind of overwhelming at first, but slowly but gradually, I accepted that we are we are divine beings of light, and I have to eat right, live right, meditate to return to being light again, because I realized the more light food I ate, the more light I take in, the more gifts I unlock inside of myself. And that's what I discovered, that I had a gift. My gift was, my purpose in life is to help other people find their purpose in life and find their fulfillment in life by teaching them that everything is within them. They got to go within themselves to get in touch with their higher self, and their higher self will guide them to the path that they're meant to walk. And nobody, in a sense, is above anybody. We're all equals, we're all one, and we're just not aware that everything is just interconnected. So that's what it taught me, that the trees, the plants, they were alive, and that I needed to do better to take care of the earth as well. All of this came to me in my the NDE, the review, that I needed to do better of taking care of the earth, because she was alive. It taught me that the earth was alive, and she's a living planet, and that she needs us to do better at taking care of her, and actually doing better at being our authentic self. So that's what I'm learning, that we are all one light being. We're all one God, just having an experience as the many, and the many is the one, and the one is the many. So that took me to studying um, manifestation, because at some point I started realizing what I was thinking and feeling insane was actually coming to me. And when I caught on to that, it blew my mind. I'm like, everything I think of, if I thought about somebody, I would end up seeing them. And it would happen so much to the point where there's no such thing as coincidence. It's no such thing. It was just, this is becoming too frequent. So I realized that my frequency was attracting to me the things that I was seeing. My vibration was going into the universe and connecting with other, people or things, and attracting it to me. So I started studying people like Neville Goddard, Neville Goddard, and Earl Nightingale. And I learned that Neville Goddard, he learned manifestation from a guy named Abdullah Muhammad, which was his roommate when he lived in New York. Neville Goddard, he was a dancer, and he was broke. He didn't have any money. So this guy, Abdullah, actually taught him how to manifest. But the way he taught him was like in the most peculiar way. He didn't like just tell him straight up what manifestation was. He would drop gems on him like breadcrumbs. And then he would walk off. Like Neville Goddard wanted to go to Bahamas. He didn't have the money. He didn't know how he would get there. So he told his roommate, Abdullah, that I want to go to Bahamas, but I can't afford it because I don't have the money. So Abdullah would tell him that you do have the money. You already have it. And so one day his brother sent him some money. So now he had enough money for the trip to Bahamas and enough money for a new suit. So during this whole process, he actually wanted to be on first class. He never been in first class. So he said he wanted to be in first class to take the trip to Bahamas. And Abdullah told him again, he said, you're in Bahamas right now. When you go to sleep tonight, you're sleeping in Bahamas. You're dreaming that you're in Bahamas. And he walks off and slams the door in his face, which left Neville Goddard like kind of confused. So next thing, he gets a call saying that he got moved up to first class. Somebody, I guess, dropped off the trip, and now he's bumped up. He got the money, he got the clothes. Now he has the trip, he has the first class. So this is where I started realizing that manifestation is real. This guy, Abdullah Muhammad, was teaching Neville Goddard how to manifest his reality. And it worked. And then from there, I started realizing that everybody else learned from this guy, but nobody speaks about him a lot. Nobody really ever mentions Muhammad Abdullah. And that's where Earl Nightingale and Bob Proctor's and the what is it, the Lewis Hayes, all of these amazing people, Abraham Hicks, they all learn from him. Even if they don't think they learn from him, everybody they learned from him. And it was just amazing. I just kept studying and reading for months, for years, on manifestation, law of attraction, the laws of the universe. And I never knew they ever even existed, because they don't teach us this information here. You literally have to have the hunger to learn. Curiosity, I learned, is the most one of the most powerful things that you can have.
What
The
did you
more
say?
curious,
Truiosity? Truosity?
yeah, curiosity. The more
Oh,
curious you
curiosity.
are,
Got it.
yeah, the more curious you are about something, it's like an energetic feeling that will unlock like doorways and portals for you to now gain more information and more insights. So that's what I started
It's the
realizing,
seed of
that
growth.
yes, when I get excited about something and I'm curious, I watch opportunities come from it, and paths and doorways will open up, leading me to great things. But yeah, the whole time I'm studying, I'm actually applying this stuff. I'm applying it, and I'm watching manifestation happen. I'm learning that your mind is a magnet. So your thoughts attract to you what you believe to be true. So whatever you believe, that's what you will perceive. And yes, we are constantly manifesting, even if we don't see it. Everything that we see daily is manifested by us, because when you close your eyes and go to sleep, there's nothing there. But when you open your eyes, everything appears, just like the doors. There's nothing behind that door until you open it. There's literally nothing there. Your mind tells you there's something there, and then you put it there.
Well, our
That's how.
mind manifests our physical body.
Yes,
It
exactly.
starts there.
Exactly. And I realized I noticed that myself. Like I said, when I came back from my NDE, I didn't manifest my body back into existence. So I knew that we are that powerful, that we are manifestors, and we're gods, and we're light beings having a physical experience. Then I learned that we're multidimensional. We are multidimensional beings. That means that we're constantly shifting through different dimensions billions of times per second. And this is how we have a physical experience. This is how our physical experience is really a still shot. It's one still shot that is perceived from many different angles. That's where we get the definition angels from. Angels and angles. That's why
Angles.
they're very exactly. You're looking at your life from different angles, just like a choice. Every choice you make leads you down a different path and
Switching
different experience.
timelines constantly based on your beliefs in the moment.
Yes,
But
yes.
exactly what you're saying, like belief is a poor substitute for experience. And
Yes,
you've had the
and
experience, and that was a gift.
that's
That was a
true.
tap on your shoulder to become a
And and
teacher.
and that's funny that you said that, because I used to get those like spiritual taps, and I never knew where they came from. Like I used to feel like you just mentioned, and I never like got spooked out about it. I felt like there was always someone there guiding me and supporting me. And I never knew until later on that we all have
Right.
spirit guides,
So
divine
Source has
guides.
been on your ass for a long time, and he finally had to give you
Yeah,
a kick because the taps
yeah,
weren't working.
yeah, because at the point, like I said, my life was kind of like rough for me at that time, and I feel like when all of that stuff was going on with COVID and all of that was happening, it was like a spiritual awakening. Like my NDE was my spiritual awakening. It brought me
Absolutely.
back to myself. It brought me to, I lost everything to find myself. That's what happened. I had to lose it all to find me. And then I realized that I am all. I am all that is. So everything that I need is already inside of me. So I'm never lacking anything if everything I see is a projection of me. Everyone is a different version of me. So I started learning that I have to just be more compassionate, be more empathetic, just be more loving, love myself more and love others more. And then that will be reciprocated back to me by the universe. And that's how I'm able to attract great people like yourself and great opportunities, because I learned I have to just be myself. I don't have to be anybody else but me for the universe to to show me that life will always work out no matter what happens. you just knowing yourself that it already is done. Everything is already done. Like you said, it's coming from inside of you, so you know it's already manifest. It's not a believing. Believing is a stage I learned, and then I became more aware that there's something more powerful than belief. It's
Belief is
called,
religion. What we're
yeah,
talking
it's
about
called,
goes beyond that.
yeah, it's knowing,
It's the
knowing.
knowing.
Once,
And that's
yeah,
why the
once you know,
experience is so valuable. So
yes, because once,
my teacher, Yogi Bhajan, used to say something. He used to say that we are a transmission. And but
yes,
but
yes,
even further than that, most of us are actually in a trance and we
that
haven't
is right.
found our mission. Right?
That is
Think
right.
everything
I
takes
love
us.
that.
You love that? He was
Yeah,
brilliant. Everything
powerful.
that takes us, puts us in a trance where we can't follow our true self,
That's
then
right.
we're off our mission. So it is
Yes,
so important, A, to educate,
yes.
and B, to experience. Belief isn't enough. Belief is religion. That's what locks people into stagnation.
That's true. That's very true. And I had to learn that you're very right about that. Like when I realized that it's not belief, I seen a guy that said, do you know your mom is your mom, or do you believe your mom is your mom? So once I heard it, I'm like, oh, that is powerful, man. I ain't never heard anybody say it like that, because you know your mom is your mom. So belief has nothing to do with it. So knowing he made sense out of that. Believing is what everybody has a belief system. Number one, everybody, we all operate on a belief system. That's what generates most of what we see,
That's how you
everything.
stay
But
alive. And that's how you also
yes,
create your vortex, your own matrix. And so you
yes,
want to
exactly,
break out of the belief system in order to
exactly,
bring in knowledge and self and the
yes,
natural light being that you're talking about.
exactly. And I feel like when the NDE happened is when I had transcended the trance.
There you go.
It ended for me when that happened.
There
It's
you
like
go.
it was the catalyst that shook me up, to wake me up, to say there's more to life than just living and working and paying bills and dying. That is not life. That is not life. Somebody made a script for us and told us that was life. And now most people believe it, like we were just saying. And I'm like, no, I wanted to find out what life had in store. What is the universe trying to teach me? And the more I was opening to those, I asked the questions and the answers will come. I will literally ask. And then before I can probably sometimes even get the answer out or the question out, the answer is already being downloaded into me, which blows my mind, because it's just, I used to wonder, where is it coming from?
Well,
But
it
now
was
I know.
almost like the NDE unlocked the source within, like the
Yes,
ultimate light.
exactly.
It unlocked it. So you were able to be freed of all the
Yes,
restraints that sort of the old school paradigms had put on you, and that was your belief system. You broke out.
yes. That's what I learned, that most of us have a governor on our mind, just like the
Yes,
government governs
correct.
your mental.
Genius, genius.
So I learned, I'm like, oh, everybody has like a governor on their mind. Like a car has a governor where you can't go that fast. It will stop you from going past that point. But if you're able to transcend that and remove it, you'll realize that there's no limits to you. You are limitless. You are
Limitless. We
infinite.
are infinity.
Yes, that is right. So I learned, and it just made me so much more curious. Like I said, I just dove all into spirituality, and I did my best to learn and absorb as much information as I could and retain and actually share the information back to the world, because I want people out there to learn that you have what it takes to change your life. You have the power inside you, and you just have to go within yourself and do the inner work, because nobody can do the work for you. You have to do it yourself. You have to free your own mind. Bob Marley said this in a song: none but us can free our mind. Emancipate
Another
yourself from
way
mental
can
slavery.
free our mind.
Exactly, powerful. And that's how powerful he was. I
He
realized
was a
it after listening
prophet.
to that.
He was a prophet.
He is. He is. And I realized, I'm like, Bob Marley was sending transmission of love and frequency through the airwaves, through the music. So I started learning I could do the same thing through content, making videos and sending it through the world, because I realized that the phones, the laptops, the computers are extensions of my energy. So I learned that I can plug into it energetically and send my my energy around the world, and
Send
it
your
worked.
vibration throughout the world so it
Yes,
reverberates.
yes, because when we speak, our voice carries a vibration and a tone. And I learned from studying other light beings that when back 2,000 years ago when Christ came, when he spoke to people, he was enlightening them. His words was enlightening. So I learned that our voice do carry a tone and a frequency that enlightens other beings.
It's funny that you say that because before I got you on the
Yeah.
podcast, when we were having some technical issues, I said to my producer Haley, I said, I think part of what really pulled me towards him is his voice.
Yeah. And
And what I realized in that moment is that I was receiving your transmission. Your frequency was very much aligned with mine and it called me to it. And that was the beginning. I mean, the voice is one of the most important attractors. It's again,
yes,
we are receivers,
we
and
are.
we send out signals, and people that
Yes.
are vibrating on our frequency receive them.
Yes, we're grounders, receivers, and transmitters of
This
frequency.
goes
We
back
come to
to we
ground.
are ancient technology.
Yeah.
We actually
That is
are.
right.
We embody ancient technology. And this
Yes,
is
you're
something
the
that
most advanced.
right? And this is something that the yogis and the ancient civilizations understood way more than we have. We've lost
That's
so
true.
much throughout the ages. Our
Yeah.
disconnection from nature.
That's right. They took us out of nature and put us in cities. And in doing so, it disconnected you from, like you said, from nature, which is source. Nature is source. Nature is the most natural thing. That's why it's called nature, because
Exactly.
man cannot change nature. They can try to, but they can change everything else, the buildings, but they cannot change nature because nature is God.
Our
So,
technology has to remain very strong and well fed in this day
yes,
and age in order to be enlightened, in order to be able to resonate with that which is calling us. So it's
yes,
so important that not just to be a great thinker, that we do physical things to move the chi within our body, because
I
you
love
can
that.
be brilliant,
Yes,
but
yes,
if you're not strong, you can't receive the signals,
yeah.
especially with
You're so
all
right.
the distractions. These distractions are placed there on purpose,
No,
right?
it
They
is,
don't
and
want people thinking like me and you.
that is right, and I learned that myself too. That we put them there to see if we will let things take us off our path, and it could be a person, place, or a thing, and we're putting them in our life to see if we will stay focused on our goals, or we'll let someone or something distract us from our goals. And a lot of times it happens. People are just not aware that they have a purpose in life. Like I didn't even know I had a purpose in life until I died and came back. That's when my purpose came into me. That there's there's more for me to do here.
Right.
So I couldn't die and leave until I accomplished
No.
my mission on Earth.
And most of us don't even realize that everything we're looking for is
Yes,
inside. It goes
that's right.
back to the Wizard of Oz, right? Oz never did give nothing to the Tin Man that he didn't already have.
That's right. They
Everything is
that's
within us.
Yeah, that is true. Everything is a reflection of your inner world. The outer world is the inner world. It's like they say, as above, so below, as within, so without. It's all you. The universe is your universe. It's your world. So anything that you want in this world, you can have because you already do have it. All you have to do is embody the feeling of having it. That's how manifestation work. It's a feeling.
I want to talk to you about something that you said to me. So you are actually a manifestation guide, right? This is
Yes.
what you do. You teach people how to bring in that which they want. And you said
Yes.
to me
Correct.
earlier that you have learned how to collapse time.
Yes.
Now that is a capability that most of us, especially in our world, in this esoteric life that we live in, our own little matrix. So, can you talk to us a little bit about that? Because that's a gift and that's something that one has to work on to develop. So, what is the process in learning how to collapse time and what comes with that? Like, what are you able to do once you've collapsed time around you?
Yeah, so to collapse time, it's to realize that time does not exist. Time is a concept made by man. Time does not exists. It's just clocks are real, but time is not,
Right.
if it makes sense.
Of
So
course.
once I learned that time is an illusion, that means everything is happening right here, right now. The future, the past, and the present exist at one time. Time is not linear, it's not a straight line. So once I really learned that and I embodied it, and I acted on it. Like you said, you have to do the physical work, the meditation, and feeling the feeling of the emotion of already having my manifestation completed was the way I was able to collapse time. Like, say if I needed funds for something and I didn't have any at the time, but there's times where I didn't. And I actually remember saying, I'm going to go make a call and I'm going to go manifest some money right now. And I actually went and did it. And it blew my mind. Within minutes or hours, money came to me. And I'm like, this stuff does work. So it's every time I ask for God to show me a signal, I got so many that I don't need any more signals. I've done had plenty of signs that this is real. I
You're
don't
already
even doubt
there. You're there.
it. I don't even question it anymore. So I realized that when you collapse time, you're shortening the time that it takes for you to achieve your manifestation or for you to see it by saying, you know what? All right, time doesn't exist and everything is inside of me. Like we both agree, everything is an inside thing. So if I feel it from the inside, because your emotions and your feelings play a role in your manifestation and what you're seeing. So if you can catch the feeling of already having it and embody that feeling and just be excited and then start giving gratitude for it, it has no reason but to come to you. The universe will just give it to you because the universe can't tell the difference between your thoughts or what's actually happening in real life. Your
Right.
brain can't tell the difference.
It also
And
can't tell the difference between positive thoughts and negative thoughts.
yes,
And what happens often, I don't know if you notice this, but most people attract, it's easier to attract that which you don't want than it is
yeah,
what you want. Because when you don't want something, it's very easy for the mind and body to have to be cohesive, the mind and the heart, because what we don't want is very easy to identify. And so the
yeah, because
body
you think
doesn't
about
know that you don't want it. It just knows that your heart and your mind are aligned in this thought and it produces
yes,
it. It's much harder to focus and to be grateful for that which you want because you live in hope as opposed to
yes,
mind body cohesion.
that
And
is true.
it's very difficult to focus on what you want because it's much more expensive. Not wanting something or being a fear of something, you can really pinpoint that what you're afraid of.
Yes,
But that what you
and
want, it's so expansive and it comes in so many different shapes and colors. It's really hard to focus on it. But it's true that living in gratitude of that which we hope for before it actually occurs is the most powerful step in manifestation.
that is very right. I love the way you said that. It was perfect. Your gratitude is the amplifier that is attracting it to you. And
It is an
I learned,
amplifier, beautiful word.
yes, I learned that our world is a paradox. It's very paradoxical. So,
Very,
like you
very.
just mentioned, it's true. You attract the things sometimes you don't want because the reason is because you give it unwanted energy because you're thinking about it and you're feeling it. So
The
it's
energy
like
still exists.
exactly. So because you're thinking about it and then you feel like you said your mind and the heart is now feeling it and thinking about it. The mind and heart coherence is now bringing it to you, and then the fact that it's coming to you makes you think more about it in a
Right,
way of, oh, I don't want that
right,
negatively. Putting more energy into it keeps it coming to you. So if you start to think like, you know what, start to think different about it, like I don't prefer that, but I do not invalidate it. I will not invalidate it. I will not give it any energy so that me not giving it energy and not giving it validation or invalidate it, it will not appear in my life. But
which
if
is
I want it,
it's what's also interesting, and people, a lot of people don't realize this, but the written word has as much power as a thought. And that's why when spiritual people, they won't repeat certain things, they don't like to even say something negative out loud, they don't like to look at something negative on a paper because they
yes,
know. People think they're crazy. Like, I don't want to say that. And it's like, why?
you're right.
I don't want to write that word down because we
Yeah,
know The
You're right. You're
power of that energy. So you just
yes,
want, and the more you believe that, the more you realize your language changes enormously. Self
yes,
talk, enormously. I was
yes,
talking to a girl yesterday, and she was little talking about a movie, and she wrote to her friend on a text, "Oh, I hated that movie," and she thought to herself, "Oh, damn, I'm not writing that down." So she deleted the text. Something as
yes,
simple as that. There's so much proof that words have power. We all know about these tests with water and putting
yes,
words and sound and how they materialize and crystallize into either
yes.
ugly. What are they? What they're
Yeah,
structural.
they'll turn into crystals like
They can
the
turn into
Japanese
beautiful
stuff.
crystals or black,
Yep,
ugly, deformed,
yep.
right? And so words are so valuable. And that happened even when he put the written word on top of it, like hate next
Yes,
on top of the water. The
yes.
crystallization was so different than those that formed when the word
When
love
you,
was put on top of the water.
that is very true. I actually posted about the guy. I think his name is
It's
Ma,
Moto.
the Japanese
Right,
researcher.
Moto. Haley, will you look up the Japanese scientist
Yeah,
who did the water?
yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm messing up his name, but it's
No,
like Ma,
it's not Hashimoto, but it's like that, right?
yeah,
We'll
something
think of
like
it.
that.
She's going to give it to me in a second.
He did the study where he showed you that
Study
when he
with
said
water
angel,
molecules with,
he froze it that it looked like an angel, and then when he said
yes,
beautiful, it will
incredible.
come out beautiful. But when he said negative things, that just show you that water is a conductor of energy. Water is a conductor of divine energy. So when
And
we
we're
speak in
80% water or something like that. So if you think that water doesn't impact, that sound, frequency, vibration, shifting of the planets, moon and sun doesn't impact us, you're just not even, that's science.
yeah,
That
it is.
is science.
It is science, quantum physics,
It's right.
spirituality. Yes, it's all connected because you can't have quantum physics without spirituality. It's all one in one. Science, spirituality, it does work together. But they try to separate it to make sure that you will never figure out how your powers work. Like we're made out of water, just like the planet is. We're about 80-some% water, just as the planet. So that means, like you said, if you start to speak more positively to yourself every day, to change your reality, you will start with affirmations. You want to live a better life and manifest a better reality, a better partner, love, relationship. You will start to speak that into your life and saying that as if you already have it in the present tense, because you don't want to speak in the past or the future. You want to speak in the now as if, thank you for it right now. Thank you for my life. Thank you for the abundance, the success. Thank you for my family's health. I say things like this every single day.
Thank you.
Just to be give
It's
thank
Himoto, by the way. Himoto.
Emoto, yeah, powerful. Thank you, thank you. I know I was kind of
Thanks, Haley.
screwing his name up a little bit, but his research was powerful. Like even though they try to say that it wasn't real, other people went and did the same research since him and proved that it is factual. That you can speak into water and water will respond, because you can even run that test with your plants. Like I see you have some beautiful plants in the
All the
background.
time.
Yeah, you can actually speak into different waters and actually see it how it will change the water. Negative energy in the one, and see how it change the structure of the plant, and the positivity in the other one, and see how it changed. And actually, you will witness that your words are powerful. You are speaking life or speaking death. I'd rather speak life
And one,
and
and
empower.
one does have to train oneself. I mean, affirmations are great as as
Yeah.
as training wheels, but you
Yes.
have to
Yes.
believe them. So it starts off as just okay, no self-talk. Be aware of your thoughts. Be
Yes.
aware
Yes.
of your thoughts, because what thoughts do is they shift your timeline. So for example, there are an infinite number of outcomes on any
Yes. There is.
one given situation. All of them are
Yes.
already alive in the Akashic field. But there are
Yes.
numerous outcomes.
That
Your
is right.
thoughts are what put you on a track to certain timelines. So, of
Yes.
those various outcomes, the positivity within you is going to direct you into a positive outcome. Every
That
single action has a response, and you
that is right.
obviously want it to be the most elevated.
Yes. So always choose the ones that are most exciting to you. That's what I learned. To know if you're making the right decision, go with whatever excites you the most. If that thought excites you the most, that's what you're supposed to follow. Because I learned also there's a kids movie called Inside Out.
Oh
Inside
yeah,
Out.
it's brilliant. It's not a kids movie though.
It's not
That is not a kid.
spirituality.
But I
Spirituality.
love
They're
that there are
telling you.
movies out there like that now.
I love it too, man. It teaches kids and adults, parents, how to better yet work together to help their kids understand and understand that their words do have power,
Shape
that
their
their power
realities.
and their thoughts do become reality. So I learned like they even show you in picture form in the video that a train of thought, you can actually observe that train of thought go by you. You're the observer of your thoughts. Thoughts don't come from inside you. Thoughts are picked up by you because they're frequency and you download them. But you can observe them and not embody them and watch them fly or go by, I would say pass by. Or you, if the thought resonates with you can embody that thought and actually bring it into physical reality because that's how we create, like you just said, with our thoughts, our beliefs, and feelings and our emotion is attracting what we see. Our personality creates our personal reality. And you can change your personality, you can change your personal reality.
And
It's just
you can change your timeline in the matrix.
yes, we're constantly switching timelines, and even we're even moving into the fifth dimension. Some of us are aware of it, and some of us are not aware of it. You know, when you're in the fifth dimension is when you're in the present moment and you're living your life, your best life now. You're excited about life. You're curious. You're vibrating higher. You're in the fifth dimension. It's hard to tell because sometimes everything seems the same, but the more you are in that elevated state of being, you'll start to realize my world changed. I see it every day. I say it every day. My world has changed already. I watch it reflect. I'm watching people with power display their power to the
Sadique,
world.
I'd like to ask you your professional opinion. So
Yes.
it's really hard to unlock subconscious patterns,
Yes.
right? Like, had you not had that NDE, you could have been living stuck in that same in those same thought patterns.
I feel so. Yes.
So for people who can't find their way out, and I think the world there's a very heavy pain body around our world right now.
Yes.
And a lot of people are stuck and they still have to go to work. They still have to pay their bills. They still have to deal with their
Yes.
kid who's a drug addict or their parent, who's got illness. And it can really be laborious and the weight can break you. The weight of
That is
that can
right.
help. How do you help people shift their or actually not even shift? How do you help them break through old subconscious thought patterns?
The way I go about it is by teaching them like that they have the tools already inside of them, like self-improvement, personal development, by changing the way they think about their self and think about their life, and changing the way they speak about their self and speak about their life. Once you change the way you think about your situation, instead of saying that life is happening to me, life is happening for me. It's happening for you to learn that if something is going on in your life that you do not prefer, you should always ask, what can I learn from this? Because if it's happening to serve you. Even if it's negative, I learned even the negative things have a positive meaning behind it. So
So you're saying
if you're,
change the narrative around
yes,
the
yes,
situation. Make it your
it, I,
teacher, not your
exactly. I used to think like I used to say, what is it called? Obstacles. I used to say obstacles are okay once I realized that the more I thought about it, I thought they were okay, but then I realized obstacles is not the way to think about it. It's more so challenges because obstacles change the definitions and your experience. So instead of me saying, oh yeah, I got obstacles to overcome, no, I have challenges that I welcome for my growth, because without challenges, you don't grow. Without going through like hard times, you will not learn, you will not grow.
right.
So
The
people
the
learn.
greatest of souls are scarred. Yeah, are
Yeah, I know
deeply
because
scarred. It's a Rumi
my
quote.
pain that I feel
Oh,
daily is
out of suffering come the greatest of souls.
that's
That's the quote. But Sadiq,
exactly what I heard.
I think there are also, like as you said, we are a world of angels are angles. And
Yes.
there are some yogic technologies that I believe can unlock the subconscious thought patterns. Like for example, frequency, so mantra. I
Yes.
believe that certain frequencies, like if I don't know if you can hear them, but I have a mantra playing in this room. I have different
Yes.
mantras playing throughout the house. And what they do is they obviously elevate the frequency. But I do believe that mantra are like angles. And so they
Yes.
literally slice through our subconscious thought patterns.
Yes.
And I believe that mantra was brought here. Now, hold on, folks, but by star seeds. I
That
think
is right.
they are alien
That's right.
frequencies.
I feel so because I'm glad that you did bring that up because mantras is what helped me in frequency, like along with the changing the way I think. That's what helped me change the way I think. I did I ground I used to ground, which I still do. I ground myself. So grounding helps too.
Yeah,
To be
for
able to go
sure.
outside and connect your feet to the earth and the grass and ground yourself. And I did a lot of mantras and I repeatedly did them every day. And I'll go outside and
That's
I'll
because you're in
ground
the
myself.
Naad. You're in
Yes.
the universal frequency, correct?
That is right. That's exactly right. Now I love that. That's what your podcast name stands for. That's a very powerful name.
Oh, wait,
Like
Sadique, have you heard this? That they've recently started banning videos on frequency healing?
that's terrible because it's what heals people. We need to be able to share this information with the world so
I
the
think
world can heal
frequencies
itself.
built the pyramids. I think that's
Yes,
how we move those stones and cut through
yes,
those stones. I think
that is
those
right. 'Cause-
ancient technologies have been lost, unfortunately.
Yes,
But there are
and
people like us that are going to bring them back.
it's because they're hiding them from us. I learned that underneath the pyramid there's a ship, and it's waiting for one of us to come unlock it. So I'm looking forward to going to Egypt soon,
I'm going to go
and
with you.
yeah, we can
And we should
turn
go
the
with Matthias
technology.
De Stefano
Yeah, that would be
so he can
amazing.
translate the ancient teachings.
Yeah, because he definitely knows a lot more than I do. I will give him that. He's very connected to the
Well, he
source. To
remembers all of his past lives, the thousands of
yeah,
them. He speaks dialects that no longer exist.
that's powerful.
He
That is powerful. I see
remembers life before man manifested its physical body.
that. Yes, I actually seen a video where he spoke about where the world came into existence, where the
Yes,
sun was.
I saw that too.
And
And the four pillars, right?
yeah,
God, is
powerful. He
he?
was saying this is where rock came in as a stone, and that's the stone that was glowing that turned into the sun. And
Oh,
man,
I
his
didn't.
wisdom is vast.
And he's
I
only
would love
20
to.
something years old.
Yeah, that is amazing that he came back. That's what I'm learning. Our past lives, we go through so many different lifetimes to gather the information into this one lifetime to collapse the time around us, so that we can raise the vibration of the planet and bring ourselves into the fifth dimension, the new earth.
It seems like more and more people, especially post COVID, are
Yes.
waking up to the truth.
Yeah,
Do you?
COVID had something to do with it. COVID shook the world up because it made us realize that there's something going on that they're not telling us, and why do we have to take these things that they want us to take? And they're kind of like bribing us to take it at that too. So
Well,
it made a lot of
they're
people.
testing us, they're
Yeah,
distracting us, they're threatening us,
yeah,
mandates, but I think more importantly, they're working against themselves because what
yeah.
this is
Oh,
doing, this is forcing people to be critical thinkers.
yes, yes.
And I
You
think that
asked questions.
now, I think it's going to be almost impossible to slow it down. I
It
think
is
we're
true
on
because
that. Look,
what?
we're in an Aquarian age. Thoughts,
Yeah,
our thoughts a computer, and just like the
that is
computer you're sitting on right now,
yes,
we're getting faster and faster. The speed
that
of
is
our
right.
thought and our awakening is
It's
vast.
traveling. That is very true because I learned that everything that they try to do with the frequency, because they try to use frequency disruptors to throw off our frequency so that we cannot connect to the source. And the towers, the jabs, all of it was like to keep us in a low vibration so they can keep us here longer to study us how that they want to figure out how we're leaving the planet.
They
They
shot
want to
their
figure out how.
load too fast. They pushed too much
Yeah,
on us
they
too
messed up.
fast.
I love it. I love that they messed up. They lost already. I just got to tell the world they lost. Everybody,
Oh,
don't
they're
worry about that.
definitely on the side,
Yeah,
the losing side at this point.
yeah. They lost because what happened was in 2012. At some point they were using this device called the looking glass. They were using a device to look into our future to manipulate our timeline, and they could look into the future like through a quantum computer and a like let's just call it advanced technology, ancient technology that was given to them to help us, but they used it against us to manipulate the timelines, to put it down a timeline that they prefer. So that way they always knew the outcomes of everything. So that's why people be wondering, how does movies know? How do these other shows know that this will happen? Because they knew, because they set it up like that. And at some point, God stopped all of that. He bottlenecked the timeline back down a timeline that they couldn't read anymore. And they took the device and they hid it. They did not want anybody to look into that device, because it will show that they lost. They lost and God won, because they cannot change God's world. You cannot change and alter nature, and nature will destroy you. Like, that's just natural. Like,
Source will
you
always
can't,
win. Source will
yeah, you
always
can't go
win.
against nature or God. And because they did what they did in the Atlantis period, what they did in Atlantis was the same thing. They were genetically modifying people and doing all these different scientific things to people that weren't right. So they got destroyed. Let's be honest, they got destroyed for it. And to be honest, also with that these beings never die. They never die, because we never die. We live forever. So a lot of the people that was in control, they've been here for hundreds of years, and that's why they were able to keep such, I would say, advanced technology and all the other things hidden from us, because they've been here long enough to. They came here. They're 300 years ahead of us. If you want to think about it in that term, 300, and I think China's like 400 years ahead. So
But we
they're
carry
not
them
giving
with
us.
us. Like it's kind of what you said when you were talking about your NDE. What you realize, one of the essential things that you realize with it, that consciousness continues without the body.
Yes, it does. I realized it when I died, that I'm still existing. There's no such thing as non-existence. As long as you exist, you will always exist. So you will never just cease to exist. You can try to, but it will never work. Just like, if you're physically here, you're here for a reason, and it's just for you to figure out what that reason is.
Right?
All
Everyone
of
who exists is powerful because they had enough
it.
power to manifest themselves into creation.
That is right. That is right. So you're not powerless. You're just unaware of your
Right. And
powers.
they're newer
And
souls and older souls.
yes,
And so
and
we're,
that's why.
life,
That's
right? Life is a curriculum.
yes. It's like a school. Earth is a school. It's Earth school. We're here to
We're
learn.
on Earth School.
Some people say it's a prison, but I learned that it's not a prison. I learned to think differently
Oh my
about it.
God. God, could you
I,
imagine looking at life as a prison?
yeah,
What a
I wouldn't. I
tragic
wouldn't. Want
way
I wouldn't,
to live
because it's
out
like
your very brief and blessed time here.
existence. Yeah, because your life really is like 5 minutes. It's like your lifespan is like a
It's a
lifespan of a
nothing. It's a bleep.
yeah, your lifespan is so short you don't even realize it, because it seems long, because that's just how we make it, because we all agree that time exists. But like we said, that everything is already happening here and now, so nothing is like out of our reach.
No, and every outcome has already occurred. And it's just
Yes,
sitting there in the Akashic field, right? It's our library of our of everything that has ever happened and is going to happen and every
yes,
possibility.
that is right. Infinite possibilities. That's what I learned. That if you knew how thoughts and frequency work and vibration, you will realize that we have infinite possibility to create infinitely. And if you can tap into that source of energy, you can shift your timeline, and you can now bring things closer to you that would have took somebody 10, 20 years or however long to create. It would take you longer if you knew that it's just based on how you think and feel. It's just really to do with your thoughts and your feelings.
Yeah, I mean, I really love how you think, and I hate using the word conspiracy. I mean, I love conspiracy. Don't get me wrong. I think
Yeah,
conspiracies are when people see that there are dots and no one's connected them, and suddenly
yes,
you learn how to connect the dots, and you're like, oh, because when things don't make sense, there's usually a reason.
yeah,
So
that's true.
one of the things I'm really curious about you, when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, this must not be natural light being," and then I realized, "Oh, it was," and it was something about the flat Earth. So you are a flat earther.
Yeah, I grow to realize that the Earth is a Merkaba body, so it all depends on the state that that being is in. That being might perceive the Earth different from us, because every vibration and frequency exists in a different.
Well,
Earth, a different
aren't
world.
you aren't you taking something that's infinite and putting it into like 3D when you say something like that belief system? Wouldn't it mean that Earth is 3D? That the planet is
Yes,
3D?
yes. That's what
Or
I learned.
even 1D? Actually, 1D.
Earth is energy. So it's like a ball of energy. Just like if you look at the planets, if you ever looked at a planet like at nighttime, you notice that it's always shining and glowing, and sometimes it flickers and it blinks. I actually record them. They're constantly moving and bouncing around. A ball of energy. That's what planets are. Planets are literally balls of energy. And we're energy ourselves. That's why we're here to exist on this planet, because we resonate with the planet's frequency, the resonant frequency of the planet. So like I was saying, that the earth is like an onion. There's different layers of the earth, and each layer, like you said, is like a 1D, 2D, 3D. But there's the dimensions are infinite because dimensions are really frequency, and there's infinite frequency, so it never ends. It doesn't just go up to 12 dimensions or 15 dimensions. It literally it just keeps going. So you are able to shift your reality based on your state of being, based on your consciousness level, where you're at. Because everybody, like you said, some people believe it's flat, some people believe it's round. And I asked this question, like, why has NASA never showed us a picture or video of the Earth? We've been on this planet and we don't even know what the planet really looked like, because the people that are supposed to be educating us on space is literally lying to us. They're giving us like CGI footages of rovers landing on fake planets and you know fake Earth videos and pictures, that so we never really get the full scope of what we're living on. You know, so I feel
But we
like
know
once
that it
once
has an axis that it spins on.
yes,
So
yes,
then it
and I
can't, how can it be flat?
honestly, I
How does gravity work?
that is true. That is true. And I think like gravity is another thing that's like not what we think it is, like time. Gravity, we agree to gravity existing. We agree to it. So once you agree to it, it's like real now.
Well, that's
Like
true.
time.
Science does have a way of taking their science is always growing as well, is always changing, and we seem to like to pretend that it's finite. That once something is discovered, there are no more possibilities, which is ludicrous. Things change
Yeah,
all the time. I mean, the Big Bang Theory has changed, has
that,
evolved.
that is true. That is true. Because at first, I used to think the Earth was just flat, and then I found out it was, I mean, just round, and I found out it was flat, and then it's like it's kind of confusing, to be honest. Like if you don't really know, you have to just go within yourself and feel it in your heart. Like what
Well, it
kind
is.
of planet?
That's a very interesting comment. Like, what we know is one thing. That's the mind.
Yes,
What we feel, or if we've developed a strong sense of intuition,
yes,
then we follow our instinct. We
that
follow
is
our
right.
gut, which is our second mind, probably our
Yes,
more effective mind, in
I love
terms
that.
of
That is
knowing the
right.
difference between truth and that which isn't true,
That is right.
falsity. But yeah, I'm really learning how to navigate which compass works for certain things. Like, am I using my brain right now, or am I using
Yeah,
my heart? And I think the hardest decisions come from the heart, come from the
yeah,
gut. They come from the gut, and they take a
that
while.
is right.
They take a while to understand, because you have to process what that feeling means. Any kind of discomfort, anxiety,
Yes,
fear, all of it, even some physical pain, is all because we are not understanding what our body is trying to tell us.
that is
And then
right.
it turns
That is,
into dis-ease. It's discomfort, which turns into
yes.
actual disease.
Yes,
And
that is. I love how you said that, because that is true. Because when we don't listen, then our body does end up, in a not
it will
so.
teach us. It will teach us the
Yeah,
way. It will punish,
yeah.
right? And
I learned that pain is a teacher too. Like pain is a type of energy that will teach you some things. If you learn how to use it properly, you can create with it. And it's just learning that like you said, to listen to your body, listen to your heart, follow your gut feeling, and follow your intuition, because your heart won't lie to you. But the way they made our brains here is that your brain will sometimes try to override the heart.
It always
But
does. It tries to override
if you
everything.
because what they're doing is they're using your emotions against you. They use technology to manipulate your feelings, because if they can manipulate your feelings and your emotions, that's what's creating your reality. So once you learn the self mastery of your feelings, you learn to master how you feel. Don't let anything or anyone outside of you make you feel any type of way you don't prefer to feel. And then now you can start to train your body and your mind to know when it is a genuine, authentic feeling from the heart and not from the mind. Like I posted a video some years ago, don't you remember what it was, but it was a guy that said that he commented saying that it was something about the mind lie. It was something about following your heart and not the mind, and listening to your heart. But he says that the heart lies too, and it's lustful or something down that line. I said, no, the heart is love. The mind makes you think in lust, but in your the heart knows love, true love. So if you listen to your heart, there's a difference between lust and there's a difference between love.
For sure, the mind falls into all these pendulums, and everything is a pendulum.
It
Religion's a
is.
pendulum. Academia is a pendulum. Science is one of the biggest corrupting pendulums right now. The
Yeah,
medical
that
system
is
is a pendulum. Almost every belief system that we have is part of a
I'm,
pendulum. It's
that
trying
is
to.
great. I love that you brought that up, because all of it, they took it and used it to manipulate us. All of it, schools, science, the medical system. That's why there's so many sick people here now. That's why there's so many people going through mental issues. They're not crazy in that sense. They're going through spiritual awakenings, and they don't know how to navigate their inner world and their outer world, because it's happening so much that it's like they end up losing it and they don't come back. But it is a part of your awakening.
Well, the heart usually comes to a conclusion first, and then the mind tries to override it.
Yes, that is powerful. I love the way you said that. That was powerful, because the heart, I feel like, is the way you test
It's truth.
yourself.
It's exactly,
Yes, if you want to
exactly.
find out if it's right for you, go to your heart. Go through your heart to find out if it's for you. Feel it through your heart. Like, is this the thing that's right for me?
The thing
And
that
see and
if there's any resistance, even if
yes,
there's any resistance, try to understand. Like if you're making a decision and you
yes,
feel uneasy about it,
yes,
try to understand the mind is usually coming into play
yes.
and
It is
trying
true.
to override or control what you feel. It's a
That is
really important skill, and it is a skill set, and it takes work, and it takes I think it takes a lot of breath work. It takes a lot of
yes. Breath work,
meditation to learn how to
meditation.
listen to the heart.
Yes, because the heart knows best, and it will guide you as long as you're able to tell the difference, differentiate the difference between your mind and your heart. Because, like I said, they make it kind of hard to figure out, where is it coming from. Is it my mind or is it my heart?
I think the
But
first step is to notice if there's any disease and if there's any discomfort. If you're
yes,
feeling, if a decision is bringing up anxiety, if it's bringing
yes,
up pain, if it's bringing up lack of clarity, it's
yes,
safe to assume that your mind is trying to corrupt the heart. And so what you do is you walk it back and you sit
yes,
in silence and you ground and you say, okay,
yes.
what
Deep
direction?
breath.
Deep breath. Let's listen to the heart and
Yes,
soul. Let's make sure that when we make this decision, there's no angst around it. Because
yes.
any discomfort tells me that the heart and the mind are disaligned. They're not aligned.
And I learned that it is very true. It's more so like your beliefs. It's a belief that's making you feel that way. So when you feel the discomfort, or you feel like, if you were trying to manifest something and you ask, will this thing take me, like, say if you were trying to manifest $1 million, and you're like, you ask yourself, would I be able to manifest this $1 million in a year? Or would it take me, let's just say, 10 years? You're looking for the feeling. What feeling do you get when you ask yourself that question? Is it a doubt when you're saying the
Is it
year?
you're
Is
right,
there a
is it a limiting belief?
yeah,
A
yeah, or is
limiting
it
belief. And that's sort of pervasive We
Exactly. And
all
that's
have
how I
limiting
learned.
beliefs. And so it's like, why manifest? Why manifest $1 million? Manifest $100 million. Like, right? Why
Exactly.
manifest a house? Manifest an island. Like, we
Exactly.
are literally in a candy store. And if we believe that we can have it, we can.
You
It's those
will. You will because
limiting beliefs that stop manifestation. It's the
it's true.
ultimate core belief that you don't deserve it, or that or that you weren't the person meant to have it. They're the lucky
Yes.
ones, and you sit outside of that.
Yeah,
And it's
and
all
it's like you said,
bullshit.
it's a belief, it's a mindset thing, and it's like you have to go inside and reprogram your subconscious mind. Like we spoke about earlier, you have to reprogram. If there's something going on in your life and you're running into roadblocks and you're wondering why you're not seeing your manifestations and why things never work out for you, you have to question, why do you feel that way? Why do you feel you don't deserve it? Why do you feel like you're not deserving of God's wealth, of
Because
God's
we've
abundance?
been told that from a young age, as young back as your mother saying, no, you can't have that toy. We can't
Yes.
afford it.
Yes, it's a program
It's a
from
it's a
when
it's a
you're young.
program. It's
So
a you
from
know
0 to 1, or from 0 to 7, you're being programmed, and that program sticks with you your entire life until you question yourself on, why do I believe these things? Where did I get these beliefs from? And the more, that's what I learned. The more I question religion, the more I question, why do I believe that this is true? That God will punish us and all these other things. When in all reality, we are God having a physical experience. So abundance is your birthright. Abundance is your birthright. You are abundant already. Because if I put it out there like this, if you are a god, which you are, and a goddess, and you came into physical existence, you came in with everything because everything is you. So now it's for you to realize it and just embody it and feel it and be it, become it, because you are it, and it will come to you. It might take some time, and this is where people go wrong when they're manifesting. They think that if it doesn't show up immediately, they give up and they start doubting it. They start to doubt it, and then that messes up your manifestation too. If you start to throw doubt in there and
you
regret it,
cannot manifest with if doubt is
no,
standing in the way. It's
no,
actually impossible.
because now the energy is being like is being taken away from your manifestation. But now, if you're open minded and you're curious, you're open to receiving whatever the universe has in store without any insistence on how the outcome will turn out. And you just, however the universe gives it to me, I am welcoming it. Now the universe will deliver something to you that your imagination can't even match, because the human mind cannot imagine what your higher mind can create.
We are creators. We are
Yes,
created and we are creators.
we
And
are
we limit
naturally creators.
ourselves.
Yes, naturally. So I made a video about this recently, like asking people, or what do you consume? Are you just a consumer or you a creator? Because I noticed online they got people as followers and you have people as creators. They even tell you, even on
Oh,
social
that's
media.
so interesting. You're
Yeah, they
right.
tell you there's creators that create content, right? And
Oh,
then you have the
yes.
so they're telling you in a way. So now you're looking like, oh, you know what? Naturally, I'm supposed to create. I'm not supposed to be sitting here consuming all of this stuff, whether it's videos or food or junk or whatever. Because everything you consume, whether we was just seeing about reading
Becomes
stuff,
a
the
part of
stuff
you.
you read, yes, everything you read, you write, you watch, you listen to music wise does become a part of your being, because everything is data, information. We're data and information ourselves. So it's the same as when you eat food. The food that you're eating now integrates into your being. So knowing all of these things, it made me want to take in better things that are filled with love and light
Are you a
and enlightenment.
vegetarian?
Yes. I'm gonna tell you, here and there, I do eat fish here and there, and I do my best to not really to eat it as much, because I want to quit eating all living things. So, but I don't judge anybody and I
Nor
don't
do
knock
I.
anybody,
Nor do I.
because I used to eat meat. So how can I judge
And you
somebody
might
else for
go
eating it?
back. Like we're
Yeah,
entitled to, yeah.
yeah,
I think
because
in terms of food, I don't think there should be any judgment. I mean, if we were
no,
eating animals that were treated well and weren't
yeah,
actually born to be food. They were born to
yes,
live on this planet, and it was sort of like
yes,
if people are out there hunting in the wild with bow and arrows, God bless them. Like, I have no problem with that.
yeah,
It's
and
just
it's
what I
true.
don't want to do is I don't want to ingest the pain body of something that's lived a
Oh,
life of torture. or that's
Yeah, right.
lived a
Something that
horrible
you
existence at the hand of
that is
man,
true.
right?
That is true. You're now embodying it, like we just said. If you're eating something that been through trauma
You're
and
ingesting,
pain,
and that trauma becomes a part of you.
you're feeling it. And people wonder why they feel sad, why they feel depressed, why they feel the way they feel is because they're they're eating the emotions and the feelings of the animals that they're eating. But like you said, if they're raised, because I'm gonna be honest, I came from Jamaica. I came from a place where I grew up on a
Oh,
farm. We
you're
had a lot of farmers.
Jamaican.
Yeah,
So
because
that
spirit
would
found yeah,
explain a lot of your belief system.
yes. And
And
I
and
realized even back
certainly
home we had
certainly the Selassie aspect of
yes,
you.
yes, yeah. I love Haley Selassie.
Of course,
Powerful,
of course.
amazing guy, man. He did a lot for the planet and for the people, and that's why God put examples of people like that around us, so that we can see what it is to be our true self, to embody a divine being. And I'm glad you brought him up. There was a story of a guy. I know I'm going off topic a
It's
little
okay.
bit. There
We're
was a
all
story.
off topic. It's okay. We've got lots to say. By the way, are you going to come back here?
Definitely,
I really want you on this show. I'm fascinated, especially
I
because you
perceive
weren't
it for
raised to like be in this. This is all self-taught through an
yes,
experience, right? It's pretty
yes,
amazing. You have
yep,
access to so much now. You know, your mind is open and so much is
yeah.
pouring in, and I love that you're sharing it. So tell me the story about Haley Selassie.
Yes. So Haley Selassie, there was a guy, a reporter here in America, that said he met him one time, and he said before he saw him, he felt his aura. He felt the aura, but he seen a big security guard, and he was like, "That's not the guard aura that I'm feeling." It was when he finally saw him, he realized it was Haley Selassie aura. His aura was so powerful and so strong that the guy, the journalist, was compelled to like meet him and introduce himself to him. That this brother was a powerful being of light. He's a light being that came here to uplift the planet, and to know that beings like that exist till this day, you're one of them. You're a
We're
light being. You're a
actually
goddess.
all light beings. The difference is
Yes,
some of us are vibrating at a low frequency, so it
yes,
hasn't become light yet. It's too dense.
yes, because of environments and the toxic
And
things that.
the mind,
Yes, yep, all of it.
grievances, guilt, all these wasted emotions,
Yes,
fear,
it
hate,
keeps
guilt.
us on a low vibration, and it keeps us stuck in like the 3D and not in a place that we prefer. But when we learn that we are the ones creating it, we have the power to shift it and actually raise your vibration up, like we said, through meditation, mantras, and affirmations. You can change your outcome. You can change your mind state, your subconscious mind, and in doing so, you will now reflect that back into your world, a better state of being, a better reality.
This is actually one of the easiest lessons for people to learn because it happens immediately. The
Yes.
minute you shift your thoughts, your reality changes. Now, it may not be the drastic shift that we're looking for. It may not bring your ex husband back to you or fill your pockets that day, but you will see small changes.
That is true.
Even if it's a glimmer of happiness in a day of someone who would otherwise be unhappy, that's enough.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
Those
And I learned
crumbs are valuable.
yes, that is powerful because
It's
you
kind of, you know,
have
the
to
crumb
build.
is as valuable as the acorn. They say the acorn's more valuable than the tree.
Yes,
And so those
that is,
crumbs can sprout into almost anything. You
and I
just
call it
have,
planting seeds.
you do what? What'd you say?
Or I mean, I'll let you
No,
finish, and
no,
I'll,
I'm finished. I want to hear you.
I was just saying, like I was agreeing with what you're saying. I usually call it like planting seeds, like
Right, exactly.
when you share information with people, they might not understand it at that moment, but at some point down the line, they will remember what you said to them, and they'll be able to resonate with it when it's time, when the time is right. Like I was told something years ago when I was younger, that we were gods and that we are in the matrix and we could fly and float. And I'm gonna be honest, I kind of laughed when the guy told me. I was
Of
young,
course, right?
immature. I didn't believe none of it. I laughed. I was like, this sounds kind of crazy. Like we can fly and float and we're in the matrix. This guy's out of his mind. That was my first thought. I'm being honest. I'm like, this guy is definitely out of it. So now I look back and I'm like, man, that guy was right. He was 100% right. I was just not in the right state of being to receive what he was given to me. But now I'm able to unlock it because of my transcending my trance, me ending my trance. I'm able to take the download and use it now and apply it. So that's what we're doing. We're planting seeds. Me and you are planting seeds for the world to actually bloom love, light, and abundance for all. And the more we do these podcast interviews and share our light and our love with the world, the brighter the world will become. The more light the world will receive because we're anchoring the light everywhere we go. We anchor the light and we are the light. We're the light, the way, and the truth. We are the ascension and the light.
We are,
And
and we're
that's
growing rapidly, and it's not. It can't
yeah.
be stopped.
No, it can't be.
It can't be stopped.
Everything they tried failed. All of the frequencies,
And now
all of
we're
it, it
there was a
failed.
time we had to live solitary lives, and we weren't connected, but
Yes,
everyone's sort of peeking their heads out, and we're all connected. We formed a chain, and that
that's right.
chain is connected to the golden chain, and we're
That is
taking
right.
our directives from higher powers.
Yes, because we don't need anyone to tell us what to do.
And once you
We
see
take
it, you can't unsee it. So they
yes.
can't.
That is
It's unstoppable.
that remind me of when I started seeing ships and all of that. I'm like, I didn't even know this stuff was real, man. Like that's probably going to be another episode too about
I want to have. Okay,
the
so we have astral travel, which we'll do another time because it's a biggie,
yeah,
and it's one that my
yes,
audience is extremely interested in.
yes, yeah.
So that's what we have. So many. We can just keep. I could talk to you for hours.
And the same with you, 'cause it's a great I feel like we're definitely connected energetically. Like we resonate with each other on the level of, higher levels.
Yeah. Well, I need people to start looking at your website, which is Natural Being. Natural
Yes.
Light Being on Instagram, and I post it all the time, so I'm sure you guys are really familiar with his work
And
already.
definitely, and I'm gonna share with my audience as well because they need to hear more about you too, and then see all of what you have to offer. Because I love what you're doing. I really do appreciate what you're doing. I'm grateful to even have this conversation with you
Yeah, well,
because
hopefully,
you are
all y'all back there will be listening to this while you're sitting in your
yeah,
freezing apartment, snowed in for the next couple of months.
that is true.
How are the
Definitely
kids?
will.
How are the kids handling this? They love it.
Oh, yes, kids. Kids are resilient. Kids, they don't care what the weather is.
They
Kids
love
just want to be
seasons.
be playing in the snow and be
Oh,
happy.
dang.
They just want to enjoy all of it. And sometimes you just got to let them be kids, man. Just let them have fun because that's memories that they're creating.
Okay,
That
Sadique. So you're a teacher. You
yes,
are you tell us about your career now, and how do people reach you, and how can they
yes,
follow you, and that kind of all that
yes.
jazz.
Okay. I'm a spiritual life coach, a manifestation coach, and a motivational speaker, and now a writer. And people can reach me on Instagram at Natural Light Being, on Facebook, and on TikTok. And I also have YouTube channel inspired by Natural Light Beings Are Us and Natural Light Beings Are. I have different types of content on both. Some spiritual, some UFO, some real life stuff. So people can relate to what we're sharing because that's what I want. I want to relate to people on how it is to go through the struggles here and how to find your way through it by feeling your way through it with your heart. So if anybody wants to find their purpose and fulfillment in life, I would definitely come check out Taylor on her podcast, on her Instagram, on all platforms. She's an amazing woman,
Aw,
man. I'm
thank
telling
you,
you.
babe.
Listen to her, watch her, and you guys will be able to learn things to help yourself make a better life for yourself and your family. Because
Yeah, become a
she
part of our
gives me
family because
yeah,
this is a growing love fest, and we want all
yes,
you to come.
yes, exactly. We're one big family, and that's what we're doing. We're growing a
And
community, and I feel
there
like
is power in numbers.
yes, yes. The more of us there is, the more
Our energy
powerful we are.
field, right? The more protection
We're
we
able
have.
we're able to shift our reality. So the more of us come together and we're able to meditate and put our minds and our energy together, we can create the world that we prefer, and we can exist in that world now because everything is happening right here and right now. They said 1,000 people meditated in the city. where it was high violence, high crime, and those 1,000 meditators shifted the energy of the city and lowered the violence in that city.
They did the
So
same thing in
imagine
Flint,
it's
Michigan.
powerful.
Very
That is powerful.
powerful. And
That's
by the way,
amazing.
there's evidence. Like we don't even have to
Yes,
convince. Like there's so much evidence about this. But
yes. It's happening because the people that know, right? We know that it's happening. We know that people we're doing the work. So the more of us are together on this, I'm actually looking forward to us doing more events in person and actually
I would love that
gathering.
too. I was talking to my girlfriend about that the other day about
Yes,
bringing you and a couple of other people that I just think have so much to say and holding salons
yes.
here and
Yeah, that would be amazing just to have us all in one place. Because I can imagine the energy in the room will be through the roof. That's what I
the
want to do.
energy, the conversation,
Yes,
the
yes, because
transmutation, right?
yeah, that's what we're here to do. We're here to transmute energies and raise up the vibration of the planet and raise each other's vibration and consciousness and frequency. And we're doing it through this conversation. We enlighten one another and we share light to each other. So definitely, I would say keep listening to Taylor because she's giving you nothing but gems and nothing but love. So I feel it in my heart. That's
Well,
what you're here to do. And I'm pretty sure anybody else
yeah, you know,
watch
I'm
you can
so
tell that it's
enamored by you. Like, this is such an honor. I'm so honored, really. I'm so honored to have you here. And I learned
and
so much from
I'm
you.
grateful to be here as well too.
And
I'm grateful to have this
even
opportunity to
that
speak
which
to you.
I already know,
Yes.
when you say it, I take it in another way, right? Something that I've already learned, you phrase it differently, and so I receive it differently. And
Yes.
it reiterates my belief system and it strengthens my belief system. And not that it needs strengthening, but it feels
Yes.
very powerful.
It is. And I know that we both have what it takes to help others find their way in this world too. Even if they feel like they're lost, they're in the darkness, nobody cares, and they're alone, you're not alone. I want to let the world know you're not alone. You're never alone, and you're unconditionally loved by source. And you're supported by source and by all the light beings throughout the multiverse.
Yeah.
So just walk in power, speak in power, and be in power. You
One
got this.
love.
Yes, one love.
One
It's all
love.
it is. That's right. We came from one love, and that's what we will return to is that one love, that oneness, because we are made of love.
My
And we
dear, I
are,
am, again, so honored. You're
yes,
fascinating. You're a powerful energy source. And I'm going to tap into
Lord,
that as much as I can because it really
I'll be
helps
here
me.
whenever you need me. Yes.
Satnam, my darling, and I will be in touch with you.
Namaste.
And I'm going to send you some stuff, some books and some
I'm
seminars that I
looking
think
forward
you
to it.
might enjoy. Do the same for
Yeah,
me, please.
I will. I will definitely share it. Whatever information I know that will resonate with you as well.
Thank you.
That will help you with your journey as well. But thank you so much, Taylor. I'm grateful, like I said, to have this opportunity to speak to you and to resonate with your information and your audience. And guys, definitely go follow her because I'm going to be sharing her information now on my platform. And if you guys want to reach out to her, definitely reach out to her. She can help you gain more, a broader audience. I'm going to say
You're
that. If
so
you're a
sweet.
spiritual person, you're a teacher, and you want to be able to reach more people, she's the one to come see.
I'll take it. Goodbye, my
Yes.
darling. Blessings to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Namaste. And you have a magnificent, abundant, loving day.
You too, darling.